This is a narco submarine, a stealth marine vehicle designed to transport drugs from South America to the US, and sometimes even Europe. Over the last decade, authorities have caught over 200 of these, but there are many more out there.
Bro, I would have never thought that I'm not surprised because these Mexicans, many of these motherfucking friends, my amigos, they have a lot of creative ideas on how to get their drug from where they place into America. They have a lot of, I didn't see it. At this point, I think I didn't see it all, gang. But submarine, where the fuck did y'all get a submarine from? I don't understand.
We will take a look at 4 different models, ranging from simple all the way to transatlantic high-tech. How do these submarines work? How do they avoid detection? And what does the Coast Guard do to catch them? There are many ways to smuggle cocaine into the high-profit markets of the US and Europe. Each year, authorities seize several hundred tons of cocaine before it reaches the streets, and many more tons get past them.
Bro.
In this game of cat and mouse, cartels constantly come up with new ways to deliver their product. At first, narco subs were made for short trips, but over time, their production was professionalized. A hidden industry began to flourish.
Who the fuck is making... Where are y'all getting submarines from? These the same niggas that's building underground tunnels and breaking niggas out of prison, so I'm not really surprised. I don't know if y'all heard about that. They built underground tunnels to break El Chapo. This underground tunnel, that shit had lights and water and shit. The Mexicans.
This is Oscar Moreno
Mexicans can build any damn
Colombian
thing, man,
authorities named him the king of semi-submersibles. Here, deep in the dense Colombian jungle, hidden along a river, he operates a clandestine shipyard, far beyond the reach of authorities. In places like this one, Ricardo and his competitors build submarines.
That's crazy.
They can travel thousands of miles across the ocean, carrying tons of cocaine. These narco submarines are designed to remain hidden, but there are rare moments when we get a glimpse into their world. H.I. Sutton studies the craft of Ricardo and the others. He has dedicated his career to uncovering their secrets. He's a specialist in defense analysis and unconventional naval warfare.
I've been looking at narco submarines for about 15 years and keeping a database of all the incidents of narco submarines and analyzing their designs and the trends that are evolving in that space.
Now, let's dive into our first sub.
This is a very typical narco submarine.
Is somebody
they
in them or
started to appear like this in the late 2000s and they're still being found today.
Damn.
It's roughly 14 meters in length and not a true submarine. Rather, it's a so-called low-profile vessel. The top remains visible above the waterline. Its color blends in with the sea.
Right.
Due to its low height, radar systems have a hard time detecting it.
Yeah.
Currently, it is en route to Central America.
Damn.
Inside the cramped vessel, 5 men sit in tense silence. Every so often, the low hum of the diesel engine pulses through the hull as it pushes them forward at 16 kilometers per hour. The sub is divided into 3 compartments. This middle is the crew area. It's sparse and uncomfortable. Bunks cramped tightly together, a single hatch above for entry. Here at the rear, the diesel engine roars.
So it's about 10 miles an hour, which ain't shit. I don't know how the fuck these people are sitting in this up. See, I'm thinking it's like at first I'm thinking it's like a drone, like somebody controlling it. So you telling me these motherfuckers is sitting in the submarine with the drugs? Going 10 miles an hour.
Vibrating against the thin fiberglass walls. It is located behind the crew compartment so they can access it to do repairs. Up front, the cargo hold is tightly packed with bags of cocaine. 7.7 tons to be precise.
7 tons.
The crew uses the weight.
How many pounds is that?
7.7 tons.
17,000 pounds. Oh my god. I don't even know what that looks like.
The crew uses the weight of the drugs, fuel, and engine to keep the vessel low in the water. The cargo on board will earn the cartel a hefty sum if the sub reaches its destination.
Crazy.
A Marine patrol aircraft spots the narco submarine and immediately alerts the US Coast Guard. Right now, they are operating in international waters. 2 small boats and a helicopter race to intercept the vessel. Once within range, Coast Guard officers jump onto the ship and give the door a friendly knock.
Oh, shit! This real footage, man.
They capture the 5 smugglers along with the cocaine, valued at well over $200 million.
Shit! FBI, open up! Are y'all hiring? Stupid. $200 million? Shit! How much was they gonna get if they would have made it?
If law enforcement had not acted so decisively, the smugglers could have opened the scuttling valve, a last resort mechanism that floods the sub and sends it plunging to the ocean floor, along with all its evidence. This crew had a relatively short journey. Others travel half across the world.
How the fuck are y'all doing that shit?
While narco subs are obviously used for organized crime, their engineering and the ingenuity behind their design are undeniably remarkable.
Hold on, y'all. This is my clothing brand. I need y'all to go support your boy, okay? And supporting your boy with some pretty cheap clothing, all right? And you gonna be fly and fresh as hell, man. All right? Link in the description. They.us. Go shop. Number 2. That motherfucker.
A different part of the Amazon. A narco vessel departs near Manaus in Brazil and is making its way to Macapa, the Amazon's mouth. This semi-sub is over 20 meters long and nicknamed Che. Inside Che sit 3 men: Agustin Alvarez, a former Spanish boxer and captain of the vessel, and 2 Ecuadorian men.
Spanish boxer.
They are about to cross the Atlantic.
Damn!
Traveling at around 19 kilometers per hour, they will cover roughly 6,500 kilometers from the Brazilian rainforest.
Bro. 30, bro. What the fuck? They going 19 miles an hour. 3,500 divided by, no, they say they going 12 miles an hour, right?
A former Spanish boxer and captain of the vessel, and 2 Ecuadorian men. They are about to cross the Atlantic. Traveling at around 19 kilometers.
12 miles an hour. So 3,500. They about to be traveling for 291 hours. Divide that by 24. And you got 12 days. How the fuck are you supposed to sit in a submarine for 12 days?
Per hour, they will cover roughly 6,500 kilometers from the Brazilian rainforest all the way to Europe. With no GPS and only a compass to guide their way.
Bro.
It will take them about 2 weeks to reach their destination, if all goes according to plan.
No, I'm good. I don't know what's wrong with these people. There's nothing in the world. Listen, gang. No. You could tell me that it's gonna be $1 billion waiting for me when I get to where I'm going. I still wouldn't do that shit. You think I'm gonna be in the middle of the ocean for 2 weeks? In a little ass submarine with no GPS and a compass? You fucking insane, bro. Y'all
This narco sub is very similar to our first one, but it is more modern and larger. It also has 3 compartments.
You've got the engine in the back, the crew in the middle, and the cargo bay.
Nearly half the sub's size is reserved for fuel. 3 massive tanks holding 20,000 liters, ensuring the vessel can make the long journey.
That's crazy.
The men have no proper beds and use plastic bags as toilets.
Bro.
For food, they have the choice between energy bars, rice, or cans of sardines.
Bro.
There's only 1 proper seat, so 2 men must lie down at all times. The men endured 3 storms and almost hit a larger ship on the way, but finally managed to cross the Atlantic. But well, luck is not on their side. After 27 days, the sub runs out of fuel.
Man,
the journey took twice as long as planned.
Man,
because of the conditions at sea, they can't deliver the drugs to another vessel. 2 attempts to meet with Cartel boats fail. As a last resort, Alvarez contacts old friends from his hometown Vigo and hopes to get help from them to unload the cocaine. But this also fails. So they travel near the coast of Galicia and sink the vessel. Afterwards, the crew wants to flee, but law enforcement has already spotted them. The EU's Maritime Analysis and Operations Center has notified Spain that
you do all that and you have to sink the vessel and ain't even getting no money for this shit. Fuck you. I'd rather just get a job. Y'all nigga crazy.
Suspicious vessel is heading for their coast. They watched them using night vision goggles and observed their arrival in Galicia. Officials arrested 2 Ecuadorian men shortly after the sinking. Alvarez can flee. He hides nearby in an abandoned house for 5 days and then finally gets arrested.
Damn. Everybody got
Spanish
caught.
police refloat and confiscate the sunken submarine. They find 3 tons of cocaine,
3
worth
tons.
around $100 million. Every time one of these gets caught, a cartel loses a lot of money. Reason enough to innovate.
Now this probably a remote control right here. Can you imagine what they gonna be doing in the future? Cause it's like the more the technology comes out, yeah, the police have more technology, but so do they. It's like, you see what I'm saying? The more advanced technology get, they gonna have more money and more technology. They got all the money in the world. That money is not a problem for these Mexican motherfuckers. Okay? Niggas like El Mencho, El Chapo, for them grave, fucking all these, Pablo Escobar and all these people, gang, like.
First glance, this just looks like a real submarine.
Billions.
It has the typical cylindrical shape and is around 24 meters long. This build can almost fully submerge. Only a snorkel protrudes from its top, allowing the vessel to breathe, drawing in air to cool its diesel engine and provide fresh oxygen for the crew.
That's crazy.
It also gives the vessel its name, the Snorkel Sub.
Unlike most real submarines or most naval submarines, it's not built out of steel or metal. It's built out of fiberglass.
A diesel engine powers the
So you
sub.
think I'm about to get in a fiberglass? See, this is what I just don't understand. You think my black ass is about to get in a fiberglass sub? I don't give a fuck what the material is. You think I'm about to get in a submarine and be in this little ass thing underwater and go from South America to Europe?
While an onboard
Y'all
generator
ass better
provides
put a remote
electricity
control on
for
this
various
motherfucker.
systems, including a camera mounted atop the snorkel. So they always have an idea of what's around them when they are underwater. Ballast tanks allow it to take in water and dive deeper when danger is spotted.
Oh, damn.
The interior feels cramped, yet sophisticated. There's a basic toilet and a sink.
Crazy.
Small luxuries that make long journeys more bearable for the crew.
Yeah.
The Snorkel Sub can haul up to 8 tons of cocaine, carrying its illicit cargo thousands of kilometers from Colombia to destinations like Mexico or beyond.
So far, not a single one of these has ever been caught.
That's
at sea.
crazy.
But we know they keep building them because the ones that we have got like
Look
this
at
have
that
always
big
been
motherfucker.
captured on land. So we can infer from that they must be very successful.
And that makes sense.
And I'm supposed to get into this. I'm supposed to get into this submarine that was built by a bunch of other Mexican motherfuckers. It ain't like y'all stole it. Like, man, y'all
Patrol
crazy,
aircraft
bro.
will
This
have a
is some
much
crazy
harder
shit.
time spotting this sub.
I'm
Through its camera
I'm
system, it
flabbergasted.
can maneuver around and evade Coast Guard ships with much greater finesse.
Yeah.
The fact that such a complex machine gets built in a jungle in the
It's
middle
insane,
of nowhere
bro.
is remarkable.
Insane.
These shipyards are far from traditional supply chains or modern facilities.
Narco submarines are designed and the construction is overseen by master builders. These are artisans, very technically proficient. They're impressive designs in the sense that while they might look very shoddy and minimalist, they really are the perfect example of the minimum viable product.
These subs need to be good enough to reliably transport extremely expensive cargo thousands of miles. But at the same time, they have to be built with very basic materials. Not many people are capable of doing that.
These master builders, there's only so many of them. And we can tell that because each designer, if you like, has signature. They have certain ways of solving problems that reveal themselves in the designs.
And one of these builders far outshines the rest.
Oh, damn. That motherfucker look cold.
In November 2020, law enforcement stumbled upon something extraordinary in the Colombian jungle. A fully submersible,
start making
12-meter-long narco submarine. There's no fuel storage and no diesel engine in the back. Instead, the sub houses a whopping 10 tons of batteries, powering 2 electric motors. This is the peak of narco sub ingenuity.
Right.
Construction costs roughly $1.5 million.
That's it? Think about it, though. This simple business. You gonna build a structure that costs $1 million, 1.5 million. You gonna pay 5 or 10, 3, 4, or 5 people. Maybe let's say you pay them each 200,000. So that's another million. So you spend 2.5 million, and when they get to where they going, you gonna get 100 plus 200 plus $1 million. That's a great investment. That's nothing.
Dive planes control the depth of the submarine. Its batteries have an estimated endurance of 12 hours. Traveling at 5 kilometers per hour, this sub could reach a travel distance of about 60 kilometers. This sub can travel neither fast nor far. But it doesn't have to. Right. This vessel is not designed to make long journeys on its own.
Trips.
Do you see this little thing here? That's a towing ring. It can be attached to larger ships, allowing the narco sub to be pulled long distances undetected.
Right.
When the smugglers reach their destination or Coast Guard appears, they simply unhook and continue on their own.
Yeah.
This sub is extremely hard to detect. In fact, it has never been found in action. Authorities have only discovered this one example in the Colombian jungle. But there are most likely many more of them out in the waters.
We can infer that it's incredibly successful, just like the other. All narco submarines are statistically successful, most get through. But these ones are even harder to find, and it's never been seen in the wild.
This narco sub is proof that drug smugglers continue to design new, sophisticated vessels to move drugs into profitable markets.
The trend has been...
If you told me that a Mexican man found out how to teleport some drugs, I wouldn't be surprised. Bro. Do your homework. I would not. Real deal, gang. I wouldn't be surprised.
But there's more of them. And so it's really about optimizing their supply lines and getting the drugs to the market, minimizing the risks.
When the sub completes its mission, it may end up here, in a massive graveyard of narco submarines on the ocean floor.
On the bottom of the ocean.
Because almost all of them are only built for a one-off trip.
Yeah. That shit is insane, bro. That shit is insane. Would y'all do it? Would y'all do it for let's say if you made the trip, they said they'd give you 10 million. Would you do it for 10 million or like 25 million? I won't. Fuck you. I'm not going in the middle of the ocean for no amount of money. Not no little ass submarine. No sirski.